in my words, when we come to this unlimited perspective and we see that I'm not this body-mind, Sally wrote, and there might be the tendency to invalidate or overlook some needs of this body-mind. Classical non-dual talk, I am not this, and it all doesn't matter what's happening in my body and my mind, and I just do what I want and maybe overdo or set no boundaries because I'm limitless. Something like that. It goes in both ways. The one danger is to apply this understanding wrongly in that way, that we don't honestly look at where we at. This loving awareness, as we spoke a few times, really cares about this avatar, it cares about this body. It loves it, it has created it, so it wishes that it is taken care of well. So we have to be very honest with ourselves to see is the understanding of my limitlessness so deeply embodied, integrated in all of my being, that I am able to live, commit to this limitlessness. It gets a bit complicated here, apparently, because the body and the mind has limitations that appear in my consciousness. And as we all got different avatars, they function differently. And some have a very strong body, and some have rather a little bit of a fine, subtle body with different talents. So they are not all avatars are made for the same things in the play. And we have to acknowledge these limitations that belong to this avatar. We always have to take a position of intelligence, of loving, caring intelligence, which is naturally available to us when we live as awareness. The open heart of awareness is carrying the intelligence that is needed for any given situation to know if I should stop here and maybe go and rest. I think you brought the example of pushing it too much and then getting sick. So when I, in my intelligence, feel that I'm tired and I need to rest, I may rest. And the non-dual thought that I'm unlimited awareness and never sleep will not help me in that moment. If my avatar is truly tired, I may need to rest. However, it is also true, and here I speak especially from experience, that a vast degree of the limitations that we believe that belong to our body-mind are not real limitations. That's the other side of it. A huge degree of the limitations that we believe about us, me, as long as I believe it's me, this body-mind, they're full of conditioning. Like in my case, I'm very fragile and I get sick all the time. Somehow I have learned as a kid that this is my protective mechanism, and when I get sick, then everyone leaves me alone. This whole world, this whole play, everything was way too gross and overwhelming for me. So I just learned that I'm so fragile and so sensitive that I just don't fit into this world. So I had to protect my body and mind all the time. And my experience, that's the crux of the belief system that we carry. My experience, of course, was confirming my belief system. So I got sick all the time. And there, my ego was confirmed. It's like, yeah, you see, I mean, you can do that, but I cannot do it. So that's why I'm speaking of radical honesty. We have to very clearly look at that limitation that comes up. I need to rest. I can do this. I cannot do that. I am like this. I am like that. As my body-mind, as this avatar. Every time, new and fresh, I have to check, is that still true? Here and now. And in my experience, it's a good advice usually, because we are all so deeply conditioned in the limitation of our body minds, to push it a little bit. To rather question a little bit more and to see like, is this really here my limit? Or can I push it a little bit more? Can I stay open to the possibility that this is not my limit? In a playful, lovingly way, not like in a boot camp or in military, God, no. And if I really feel I need to rest, I better rest. But like with everything here in our approach in satsang, we need this openness, to be open to the possibility that it's maybe not the way I think and feel it is. And this very openness, this very possibility that the borders, the limitations that I have adapted to my body-mind may help me to free myself from those limitations. And like in my case, knocking on wood, thanks God, this very non-robust body that tended to be sick all the time, freed from its limited belief to a certain degree at least, has transmuted back into its natural healthy state. It's still quite sensitive and fragile and won't become a professional soccer player for sure. But it has so much more capacity that I was ever dreaming of. It's just healthy and fit. And it's never been so healthy and fit in my whole life, even I'm getting quite old, apparently. My avatar.